After months of uncertainty, desperation, and fear, the world watches in disbelief as the unimaginable
What was it
becomes
like being
reality.
held captive?
Israeli hostages, who had been held captive under harrowing conditions, have been freed. In a dramatic turn of events, the hostages are finally returning home, but not without scars, physical and emotional. How did this extraordinary moment unfold? What led to their release after weeks, or even months, of suffering? This is the incredible, heart-wrenching story of courage, survival, and the unbreakable human spirit. But it's also a story of what happens when the world's politics collide with real human lives. From negotiations to secretive deals, what really went on behind the scenes? The hostages were taken in the midst of a conflict that seemed impossible to resolve. Yet, after months of high-stakes negotiations, quiet diplomacy, and international pressure, the unthinkable happened. But at what cost? What did the release of these hostages truly mean for the future of the region? Tonight, we will uncover the full story, the political maneuvers, the secret deals, and the moments of hope and despair. And we'll hear from the hostages themselves, the ones who lived through hell and somehow made it out. Their survival, their resilience, and their unyielding determination to make it home. These were not just numbers in a headline, these were real people, taken from their families and forced into unimaginable circumstances. But now, their stories are coming to light. Their experiences during captivity will shake you to your core. Imagine being torn away from your loved ones, bound and blindfolded, not knowing if you'd ever see them again. The terror, the isolation, the heartache. These hostages held on to the one thing that kept them alive, hope. But what was it like in those final days, before the release? What kind of mental and physical toll did they endure? The release didn't come easy. For months, the world's eyes were fixed on the complex web of diplomacy and strategy. What kind of deals were made behind closed doors? Was there a price to pay for the freedom of these hostages? And who were the true heroes of this saga? Was it the negotiators, the governments involved, or the hostages themselves, who never lost their will to survive? This is not just a story of personal survival, but a global story that raises questions about justice, power, and humanity. What will the lasting impact be on international relations? How will this affect the ongoing conflict, and where do we go from here? As these hostages are welcomed back into the arms of their families, one question remains: what will their lives look like now? After enduring such an ordeal, how do you rebuild from the ashes of captivity? And for those still waiting, hoping for their own release, what lessons can be learned from this dramatic moment of hope? Stay tuned as we break down the timeline of events, hear from experts on the political implications, and witness the emotional reunions that have captured the world's attention. This is a story of survival, but also of what it means to fight for freedom. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on the latest developments. This is a story that has rocked the world, and we'll be following every twist and turn. Join the conversation in the comments below and share your thoughts. What do you think this release means for the future?